Okay, people, so the heart of Texas. This is the new short, right? That the great AJ Fruman was able to hook me up with. Okay. It is directed by Gregory J.M. Kasunich, who co-wrote the film with Lauren Noll. It is produced by Gregory J.M. Kasunich and Lauren Noll. Gene Makovsky took care of the music. Brent Johnson was on the cinematography, while Wes Langdon handled the editing. Dave was on sound, right? And our cast. Well, Lauren Noll also stars in the film as Janie May Collins. Carlos Moreno Cravioto is Jose Perez. We have got the radio producer, played by Rebecca English. Billy is played by Richard C. Jones. Harlan Thompson is played by Aaron Konzelman. Another waitress at the diner is played by Peggy Schgott. And Alejandro is played by Eduardo Zambrana. Okay, so the gist of the film is Janie May, an aspiring country singer stuck in the paycheck-to-paycheck grind, gets big news that she's a radio contest finalist while finishing her overnight shift at a local diner in Waco, Texas. She must race to the station to sing for hometown country music hero Harlan Thompson in hopes of winning the opening act spot on his upcoming tour. In a chaotic dash to the studio, she collides her car into Jesús, an undocumented worker who refuses medical care or police assistance out of fear of being discovered and deported. The two engage in a struggle, each in pursuit of their own American dreams. In the end, they do the only thing they know how to do: fend for themselves. Yeah, right? I mean, it just sounds crazy. Now, Gregory has got a director's statement. It reads, "In what world would a dying man refuse life-saving help? This is the question at the center of the heart of Texas. This 14-minute drama, set and shot in Central Texas, moves at a clip as we follow Jamie, a singer-songwriter, on a collision course with an undocumented worker. We see how one moment can import both their visions for an American dream." Right? I mean, yeah. As the husband of a first-generation immigrant, a former food service worker, amateur musician, and a citizen of Southern California, I have observed time and again how the independence of all walks of life is essential to our country, and how the underlying inequalities that exist just below the surface can impact and influence all of us. When I saw a landscaper in my neighborhood almost clipped by a speeding vehicle, I wondered to myself, if this man were undocumented, what resource would he have? What would he want to do? What could he do? And so I sat down and began writing. The film explores how the policy of community can shape the fears and actions of those who live there, and address themes of domestic policy, immigration, privilege, racism, fear of authority, hostile culture, and toxic performance culture. I believe it is the job of storytellers to explore all aspects of the human experience in a way that invites empathy and encourages us to reflect on our beliefs. My hope is to spark an ongoing conversation with audiences and the media at large, especially in an election year where immigration is a hot button topic. Mostly, I hope you are entertained, inspired, and engaged as we move forward towards making the feature version of The Heart of Texas. We will continue sharing this short with audiences in hope that you will come along with us as we expand the scope of the story on the screen. So yeah, that's the film, right? And that's what Gregory has to say. And this, I mean, right? It is so intense. You know, we open up because it's just under 15 minutes, I would say. You know, I know he said 14, but it's just over, you know what I mean? It's just kind of, it's closer to just under 15. But regardless, 14, 15, it's not a long period of time, right? Not a long period of time. So being able to shape a story, relay all the information, right? The emotional states of our characters, that's a tall order. Not everyone can do that, but Gregory accomplishes it, right? So we start off and we see a load of different, video clips, right? Home footage of a young Jessie May. So we see all of this. And while we're seeing this, then we hear this whole competition layout, right? That Harlan Thompson is inviting people, local singer-songwriters, to send in their tapes because the prize is to to open for him, right, during his entire US tour. An opportunity like that does not come around all the time, right? So obviously everyone's gonna want to do this. So we see Jessie May, right? We see her, putting together her tape, right, for Ireland so she can enter this competition. And, it's a self-tape, so there's a lot of different looks, right? It's all about positioning, what you're wearing, that essence. And so he see a few different looks of tape, wearing a hat, not wearing a hat. Oh, how off the shoulder should my shirt be? You know what I mean? Just all of these different things, right? So we see all of this. Then our screen widens, right? The shot widens and we're in the current time. So she's on shift in this restaurant. Now, one of the things we see, like there's a letter going, okay, so the final 3 will be selected on this day. So you have to be on standby. You have to be ready because if your name gets called out, you need to be at the station for 10. So now we're with her at this restaurant. And you can see everyone, all her friends, people, like she's amped, right? They're waiting for the news. So once she gets it, it's all go. She doesn't care. This is her opportunity. Her boss tries to say, she's like, no, I'm going. And we get where she is. Now, when this accident happens, it's one of those things, right? It's like so many accidents. It didn't need to happen. And you can, I think one of the great things about this is the authenticity of the moment, right? So when the, crash and the reaction to the crash, it's kind of like, fuck, right? This is going to fuck up my plans, my day. And then the realization it's, someone she knows, right? And it's just this frustration because Jesus doesn't speak, uh, you know, he speaks broken English. So that communication is frustrating, it's stilted, and you can see that she doesn't get it, right? She doesn't get it until he's like undocumented, but still, right? What do you do? And we see that interaction with the police, right? Gregory says, that it's about showing the human experience in a way that invites empathy and encourage us to reflect on our beliefs, right? Because he wants to spark an ongoing conversation. And you can see with this, when it's like addressing themes of domestic policy, immigration, privilege, racism, fear of authority. She has no fear of the police. You know what I mean? She has there's no fear of the police in this situation. She's out of her car. There's a lot of people that no, do not get out of the car. Do not walk towards the police because it's going to be a problem. So we see her, and it's completely different, right? It's a completely different situation. And I think all of that is very palpable. It's not voiced, but in the actions, right? In the body language, in all of this, we see it, we understand it. So then I think when we have her performing the song and the imagery that goes with that performance, it is, I mean, this is an emotional uppercut, right? Because whatever you may think may be happening with Jesus, right? The essence of the song is about chasing the American dream, right? Seizing opportunity in your hands and grasping it, going towards it, getting it. And in these two people, right? Jesus, he is working to create a better life for, his wife and his son, right? That's what he's trying to do. Like, support them in a way that, he could only figure you could do in the States. Jessie May, she's trying to, become a singer, right? She's doing double shifts, there's an overnight shift at the diner. She obviously does not want to do that for the rest of life. She wants to sing. So they're both trying to get this dream, both different dreams, both valid dreams. So hearing this song and the imagery that goes with it, right? And her expression, it's just haunting. It's just haunting. Right? It seemed the perfect way to end this. It really did. Like, it's the body language, the facial expressions throughout really give you that insight into these characters. There's a bit in the car. I don't know if she did a bump, but you kind of feel she did a bump, right? It's like Jessie May is, man, in chasing this dream, she's kind of reckless. She's kind of like, no, this is what it's all about me. It's all about me. And, it's like, you can look at it and be like, it's not a bad attitude to have, but have to be conscious of your surroundings, right? How your actions impact others. And she doesn't. And it leads to this situation. And, Gregory does a really masterful job of conveying all of this to us. The script he wrote with Lauren is really well done. It's not a whole heap of words, right? But there doesn't need to be a whole heap of words. Everything that is said is there for the right reason, right? It brings this story forward and helps create an understanding of a world where this happens. That's it, right? Not everyone might be in, that kind of environment where you see things like this, but it's a reality that is there for so many. And the heart of Texas really, really thrusts it in your face. And it was done so well. So, man, if you get the opportunity, definitely give this a look. And it is actually playing at the 20th Holly Shorts Film Festival, right? It's on Saturday the 17th of August at 7:15 in the evening at the TCL Chinese 6 Theatre. No, hold on a second, because I got a lot of that information, right? But yeah, I was like, hold on, I think that time is... Oh yeah, no. Yeah, the time. Yes, because it is all playing in the same block, right? It is playing in a block of other short films, right? Which it's the Saturday spotlight, right? And it's playing with Birdsong, To Myself with Love, the Bessie Stringfield story, Dovecote, Triptych, Room Taken, Satomi, and Dead Cats, all taking place in Auditorium 6. And there will be a Q&As from all the directors and, talent involved in these short films. So yeah, if you're, in Hollywood, right? If you're close by, most definitely go check that out, right? Go check that out. And, I try to put any information I have on future screenings on the website. So yeah, the heart of Texas.